Hello, I'm Fawn Eileen. My sign name looks like this. I've been working in video production since 1997. In 2002, I started learning sign language, at first just for fun, but slowly became more and more immersed in it. And in 2005, I took the test in Michigan to become a state qualified interpreter there. Eventually, I wanted national certification. The United States has an organization called the Registry of Interpreters for the Deaf, and I took their national interpreter certification and passed that.
Hi there. My name is Jordan Goldman. I work as an ASL English interpreter here in Montreal and have been doing so since 2013. Prior to that, I studied at an interpreter training program in Vancouver, British Columbia called Douglas College. It's a 2-year program, and when I graduated, I moved back here, home, Montreal.
3 years ago, Picture This contacted me. They knew that I was an interpreter and also that I worked as a camera person, so they thought that I would be a perfect match for the behind-the-scenes production of a Seeing Voices Montreal stage play. So they wanted me to work as a camera person and an interpreter. Unfortunately, I was on maternity leave at the time and was holding a very small baby, which took priority. So I told them I couldn't be involved. But I was excited when they contacted me again recently because they are now ready to take all of the footage and turn it into a documentary web series. But in order to do that, they need to get 22 hours of video footage of people signing interpreted. Even the producers don't know what the deaf individuals in the video are saying. So they asked me if I could watch the video and interpret it and add a voice track to all of the video so that they could then get the rest of the bits of the story and turn that into a documentary web series. So here we are in my home studio where I do voiceover recordings, and I've invited Jordan Goldman to join me. Jordan actually is a member of Seeing Voices Montreal.
When I moved back to Montreal, I encountered Seeing Voices Montreal in the Montreal community. I met Jack at the time and the rest of the SVM team, and I was really interested to join their team and be supportive in whatever way I could. They welcomed me into their group, and it was such a great opportunity and awesome time working together with them. During one of the productions, we were approached by Picture This Productions, who asked us if they could film us during the course of the production so that they could make their own documentary.
So one of the videos has a conversation between Jordan and the director, Jack. Jack's written the script, but he wants to make sure that the jokes and the humor that have been written for a deaf audience will translate into English and still be funny to that audience. So they're going to do some wordsmithing. What better person to work with on this script development meeting but Jordan, who has a degree in English literature, to interpret this conversation? What better person than Jordan to voice for himself? I will provide the voice for Jack for the interpretation, and later Picture This will watch the footage, type a transcript, and select some clips that might eventually make it into the final documentary that you will see. Would you like to see how the process works? Come along.
And you hearing folks will probably be watching and notice that my mouth isn't moving, but you can hear my voice, which might be a bit confusing. But what we're doing now in the post-production is voice dubbing my voice on top of footage of me signing so that you can see me signing and hear me speaking at the same time.
So I just thought I'd add, maybe you're wondering, why did they bring in an American interpreter to work on a CBC production? Well, actually, I've been working in Montreal since 2010. Recently, I actually became a Canadian citizen. So I'm quite familiar with the context and the people involved. So it makes it a good fit in terms of that and also my experience with video production and video editing. So now we're looking at a conversation between Jack and Jordan, and they're discussing one joke in particular. Okay, so for that part, I'm curious. Do you think that that will be humorous? For those of you who don't know geography, and shame on you, like with a little bit of attitude.
Yeah, you know your geography? Did you learn that in school already? No? Well, how dare you? That's a little bit of what this post-production process is like. If some of you are curious about what the rest of it looks like, we want to be transparent, and you can check out the rest of this vlog.